coach's recording here for the TRX ARM pump. Just some simple TRX movements that I feel people need to take very precautious efforts into getting into position when performing these exercises. I've seen them done a lot, and there's just a couple things that I want you guys to be mindful for, and two simple movements: the tricep extension and the bicep curl. Okay, again, but to me, tension is everything with TRX. Being able to maintain tension for 30 plus seconds with the movements are the most important. So let's see. Let's start with this one. Oops, get the start position. Boom. Okay. So what I want you guys to notice, okay, is first and foremost, again, my feet are flat. You don't have to be on your toes. If you saw my last video, if you're on your toes, the only purpose of being on your toes is to add difficulty, not because you don't feel it on, you don't feel it on flat feet. So making sure we are flat-footed to start, and again, if you understand how to do it flat-footed, then we go to our toes strictly for difficulty. Okay, so we got this nice little setup here. Okay, look at, if you see my spine's nice and in a straight line all the way up to the neck. Okay, I'm not pulling my head back. I'm looking straight down as if I'm at that angle. Right now, if you look at my arms has tension in them. Okay, my wrist could be a little better neutral wise. I can, assess myself here. Maybe if I was coaching myself side by side, I would tell myself to hold more of a neutral wrist. Okay, so make sure you have a nice neutral wrist. Okay, and again, if you look at my angle that I have the tension of the TRX band, it's not that far. Okay, this is a matter of time under tension. Again, being able to hold 30 plus seconds, somewhere towards a minute, is kind of the goal here. Okay, and just creating that burn. So I'm gonna watch them do a couple reps. And you can see like a target usually is about the top of the head. As you can see, my head doesn't really move. I'm nice and straight line here at the bottom. Okay, everything's nice and tight. Everything's nice and straight. Back's nice and straight. I'm not bent dipping. As you can see, the back of my arm starts to build up tension, and we're just gonna move in tension. And this is no secrets, guys. It's being able to maintain a frame and being able to hold tension in the muscle group that you are attacking. As you can see, my wrists kind of get neutral at the back end as I push through. And probably extend my arms more into neutral is what I should be doing. You see the back of my arm starts to hurt. You can see the back of my arm right now starts to build up. You can see it, the contraction in the back of my arm. It's not about how deep I am. I'm starting to really push out, really extend the arms. I want to feel the tension. Push hard, push hard. Feet still flat. See, it's all about staying flat, driving. You see it. And then I'm going to spin right around into bicep curls. Like I said, this is a good arm finisher. So find a good position here is key. Toes are straight. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to something. Toes are straight. I want you to pay attention to the angle of my arms. They're nice and straight. I want you to see, look where my elbow is. Okay, and as I start to bend them, they don't move. There's no movement from my elbows. I always say in this exercise, you're holding two phones. You want to answer both phones. We answer the phones. We extend the arms. Answer the phones. Okay, for anybody who has any phone jobs, this should be right up your alley. As you can see, my wrists are still kind of bugging me watching this because I'm supposed to have neutral wrist. And I'm breaking at the wrist. You can see I should have neutral wrist. The reason why we have neutral wrist, guys, because it's causing more of a forearm contraction and also prevents that shearing in the hand right there where you feel like it's a numbing, tingling, kind of like from carpal tunnel. So I mean, it wasn't bothering me, but if I'm analyzing myself as a perfectionist and I want to always move right, I'm definitely going to address this the next chance I get. And again, just going to build tension. Again, this is a good arm finisher. Trying to go a minute with triceps, right into a minute of biceps. You can see my body's nice and straight. As I come up, I'm not bending at the hip. Body staying straight. Not bending at the hip. It's starting to hurt. Again, answer the phones. Again, as you can see, I'm not falling out of it. I'm not letting my arms just fall into extension. I'm actually showing control on the way down as well. That is bicep, tricep activation, being able to slow down, answer both phones, see tension, answer, still have the tension in the band, there's no slack in the band. And you should feel this, guys, a minute of each. Try and do this a minute each for 5 rounds. Is a good way to end the arm day. Now, As you can see, that hurts a lot. Now, if you're asking me how I would take this a step further, after you perform those two exercises, is a good way to maybe follow this up, because it is an arm burn for your biceps and triceps, to really get into the forearms. I would maybe add a farmer's carry or farmer's hold. Even just a farmer's hold would be rough for the arms to just absorb that shock for as long as possible, and then rest the same time and try and do it again to really end my arm day right, to really put a lot of blood and circulation to the arms, to really tear up the muscle fibers so we get some good strength there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, 2 simple exercises with TRX. Make sure you look at the little things. Remember, it's not always about trying to make things overcomplicated. Look at the simplicity of what I'm doing, and this stuff hurts, guys. This is how I built my foundation of fitness, was around TRX. This is where I wasn't a huge fan of weights. I started building my body's control, keeping a neutral spine, tight core, and just understanding how the body's supposed to move. So I hope you liked this video. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you want me to do a little commentary on, I'll show you how the movement's supposed to be done. I'll give you ideas to think about, what positions I feel people are weak at, and I'll hopefully help you guys get better.